Hello everybody, welcome to my review series on Roblox. In this series, I will be taking one game from Roblox and reviewing it, talking about the stuff it has beneath for content, talking about how it's executed, all the treats that come with that execution, and everything like that. So, today's video will be Epic Minigames, which I know is a very popular game, so without further ado, let's get right into the review. I have nothing but good things for the most part to say about Epic Minigames, and the first thing I'd like to talk about is the first place you enter when you begin your time on this game. The Hub World. There is so many amazing things about the Hub World. There are Easter eggs to uncover, a cannon you can literally shoot yourself out of. It's very well designed overall, and I'm glad that they packed it to the brim with a lot of content within to keep you occupied. A very nice touch. The next thing I want to talk about is what follows your time in the Hub World, and that'll be the minigames themselves, of course. There's 111 of them, and majority of them are pretty good. However, the problem with 111 is, with such a sizable amount, there are going to be minigames that do miss, and Epic Minigames is no exception to this rule. There are a few minigames that just don't hit the mark. Some are pretty underwhelming, but most do their job correctly, so while it's not perfect, a lot of them are diverse and very creative, and to me, that's a success overall. The next concept I want to dive into is progression and reward, and Epic Minigames does a pretty good job of this. Each time you win a game, you earn 10 coins. Every time you complete a challenge, you earn 30. You can put this currency toward gears, pets, effects, and titles. That's pretty cool. I love the customization here. There is plenty to go around, and not much is required through the use of Robux, so that's a very good touch. I love almost everything about this. I say almost because there is this one part of progression that actually frustrates me a little bit, and that's how you level up in this game. It's based on wins, which in theory is different than what we're used to. Usually you'd rely on experience points and whatnot in other games, and in this game it's different, it's just wins. But the problem with this system is it's all or nothing all the time. You're either going to get closer to your next level by winning, or you're going to lose and you're not going anywhere. You're either going to move 0% or 100%, no in between. So you are rewarding the good players and punishing the bad. I prefer games that have an experience system that give you more experience based on how well you do. However, if you don't do well, you're still given a little bit. I still have to give the developers credit where it's due, the team that designed this game. The idea of winning to increase your progress into leveling up is pretty cool by concept. It's pretty creative, pretty imaginative. I could see that there was a lot of brain power put into it, but ultimately I don't think it works as well as just your typical average experience bar. Another thing I'd like to point out about this game is the versatility of it. You can play it alone, you can play it with your friends, you're going to have a good time no matter what. However, if you play this game for too long in one sitting, it's going to get boring, because though there is 111 minigames and a lot of them are fun, it is kind of boring just completing a minigame, waiting 20 seconds and playing another and consistently doing that. The loop does get a little bit boring after a while, which means that this game does have to be played proportionately. You cannot just sit down and grind this game for good, and if you can, all the power to you, but I would say the average person cannot sit and play this game for more than 2 hours straight. So my thoughts about this game are still in question. How do I feel about it? Well, to answer that question, even despite all the errors I pointed out, it's a great game, and although it's not perfect, no game theoretically is perfect. I don't think it's fair to give any game that I play a 10.0 out of 10. That's just not sensible at all. Unless I can't point out a single minor, tiny error, that's the only time it'll ever get 10.0 out of 10, and I don't think there's a single game that's like that. So, with that said, to sum up how I feel about Epic Minigames, it's a great game. And it has minor flaws to hold it back, but they're minor. A lot of great games are going to have some minor errors here and there, and that's okay, because they're usually inevitable. You can't please everybody, and ultimately, it's just pleasing the biggest group of people that you can. And Epic Minigames does a wonderful job of that. So, with all of that in mind, a great game with a few minor errors, my final rating for Epic Minigames is a 9.1 out of 10. a very respectable score.